Did you know that Disneyland, the happiest place on Earth, has had its share of not-so-happy incidents since its opening in 1955? It may come as a surprise, but there have been 26 unfortunate deaths reported on the grounds of this magical kingdom. From ride malfunctions to unforeseen accidents, Disneyland has been the setting of some unexpected tragedies. In this video, we're going to delve into these incidents, exploring each one chronologically. So buckle up as we prepare to take a different kind of ride through Disneyland's history. Now, let's journey back to the year Disneyland opened its magical doors. 1955 marks the year when Disneyland opened its doors to the public. Little did anyone know that it would also be the beginning of a series of unfortunate incidents. The park, known worldwide for its enchanting attractions and beloved characters, was not immune to the grim realities of the world. In the first decade of its operation, Disneyland saw a surge in visitors, but also a dark side. The first recorded fatality occurred in 1964, a tragic incident that shook the park to its core. A 15-year-old boy from Long Beach, California was injured while attempting to stand up on the Matterhorn bobsled ride. Despite the best efforts of the medical staff, he succumbed to his injuries, marking the first death at the happiest place on Earth. But the incidents didn't stop there. Just a year later, another tragedy took place on the Disneyland Railroad when a man was struck and killed by the train after ignoring safety warnings and crossing the tracks. It was a stark reminder that even in a place built on dreams, safety must always be a priority. The incidents didn't just involve guests, but employees too. An 18-year-old Disneyland employee was crushed between a wall and platform on the America Sings ride. A sad testament to the fact that behind the scenes, the magic of Disneyland was maintained by hardworking individuals, sometimes at great risk. These early years were a time of growth and expansion for Disneyland, but they were also a time of learning hard lessons. Each incident led to changes in safety protocols, ride designs, and employee training. Disneyland's commitment to ensuring the safety of its guests and employees remained steadfast, even in the face of these tragic events. As Disneyland continued to expand, so did the list of incidents. However, the park's resilience and commitment to safety ensured that each incident led to improvements, changes that have helped shape the Disneyland we know and love today. The following years were not without their fair share of incidents. As Disneyland's popularity soared, so did the number of unfortunate events that unfolded within the park's magical walls. The period between 1967 and 1999 was particularly eventful, etching some dark chapters into the park's otherwise enchanting story. Let's rewind to 1974. The park was abuzz with excitement over the America Sings attraction, a rotating theater featuring an ensemble of animatronic animals serenading guests with folk tunes. Amidst this joyous atmosphere, an 18-year-old employee tragically lost her life when she was trapped between a moving wall and a stationary platform. Fast forward a decade to 1984 and we find ourselves in the shadow of the Matterhorn, Disneyland's iconic bobsled ride. This year, a woman was decapitated due to an unbuckled seatbelt, adding a chilling note to the thrill of the ride. In the years that followed, these incidents served as harsh reminders of the potential dangers lurking behind the park's enchanting facade. Twists of fate claimed lives on the People Mover and the sailing ship Columbia, while a 4-year-old boy suffered fatal injuries due to a delayed medical response. As we journeyed towards the end of the century, these tragic events underscored the need for improved safety measures and the importance of vigilance in ensuring a safe and enjoyable experience for all park-goers. Despite these dark moments, the magic of Disneyland endured, drawing millions to its gates each year. As we entered the new millennium, everyone hoped for a safer Disneyland. The new millennium brought with it new hopes for a safer Disneyland. As we ventured into the 21st century, the happiest place on Earth continued to be a beacon of joy, but not without its share of tragedies. One of the most notable incidents happened in the early days of the new millennium in 2001. The sailing ship Columbia, a full-scale replica of the 18th century merchant vessel, was part of a tragic incident. A passenger was struck by a loose metal cleat that had flown off the ship. The accident was attributed to improper maintenance and training, a stark reminder that even in a world of fantasy, reality's harsh truths can seep in. In 2003, another unfortunate incident occurred on the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This roller coaster ride, designed to replicate a runaway train speeding through a gold mine, derailed due to mechanical failure. A 22-year-old man lost his life and 10 others were injured. The incident led to an extensive investigation, with the cause found to be improper maintenance. These incidents, though tragic, have led to significant changes in safety protocols at Disneyland. The park has made strides in improving ride safety, staff training, and emergency response procedures. The aim has always been to ensure that every guest leaves with nothing but magical memories. However, as we moved further into the new millennium, Disneyland faced a new challenge, one that was not confined to the park but was a global phenomenon. The COVID-19 pandemic hit, and Disneyland, like the rest of the world, had to adapt. Despite the challenges, Disneyland has shown resilience, transforming the way it operates to ensure the safety and health of its guests and staff. From implementing rigorous cleaning regimens to enforcing social distancing measures, Disneyland has shown that the magic can continue even in the face of adversity. It's a testament to Disneyland's commitment to its guests and the magic it seeks to create every single day. Despite these incidents, Disneyland continues to be a beloved destination for many. As we continue our journey into the new millennium, we look forward to seeing how Disneyland continues to evolve and adapt, always striving to create a safe and enchanting space for all who enter its gates. Even in recent years, Disneyland has not been immune to unfortunate incidents. The magic and joy that the park brings are often shadowed by a few tragic events, reminding us that even in the happiest place on Earth, caution should never be thrown to the wind. In 2019, the Space Mountain ride, a roller coaster that whisks guests through the darkness of outer space, was the scene of a harrowing incident. A man in his 20s climbed out of a moving train during the ride. The ride was promptly closed and the man was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The event underscored the importance of adhering to safety instructions when enjoying these thrilling attractions. But even more impactful than the Space Mountain incident was the global pandemic that hit us in 2020. The COVID-19 outbreak affected every corner of the globe, and Disneyland was not spared. The park was forced to close its gates for an unprecedented period, marking a dark time in its history. This was a necessary measure to safeguard the health of both guests and staff members. When the park eventually reopened, it was under strict health and safety guidelines. Social distancing, mandatory mask wearing, and reduced capacity became the new normal. But despite these precautions, Disneyland saw a number of COVID-19 cases among its staff members, causing concern about the virus's spread. These incidents serve as a reminder that even the happiest place on Earth is not immune to tragedy. Safety must always be a priority, whether it's following guidelines on a thrilling ride or adhering to health measures during a pandemic. Even as we immerse ourselves in the magic of Disneyland, it's crucial to remember that the real world, with all its challenges and risks, is just outside the park's enchanting borders. Despite the incidents we've discussed, Disneyland continues to be a place of joy and magic for many. It's important to remember the stories we've shared today, not as a deterrent, but as a reminder that even the happiest place on Earth isn't immune to accidents. We've journeyed through the years, from the park's opening in 1955 to the present, recounting a series of unfortunate incidents. These range from the tragic mishap on the America Sings ride to the roller coaster derailment due to mechanical failure, from the Matterhorn bobsled accident to the unfortunate events on the People Mover and the sailing ship Columbia. However, let's put this into perspective. Since its opening, Disneyland has seen millions of visitors each year. The occurrences we've discussed, while undoubtedly tragic, are rare exceptions in the grand scheme of things. Disneyland is a place where dreams come to life, where families create memories that last a lifetime, but it is also a place where safety should never be taken for granted. So, as we continue to enjoy the enchanting world of Disney, let's also remember to stay vigilant, to respect the rules, and to look out for each other. As we continue to enjoy the magic of Disneyland, let's also remember to stay safe and look out for each other.